if you take what's called like a lib or a postmodern neo-Marxist, whatever they want to call it, like people who are, like a radical feminist, they built their thing was right in being like, we should be nice to everybody. We shouldn't be mean to gay people. We shouldn't be mean to minorities. They're totally correct. The problem was they went, and the reason everything's so bad, they're like, we hate racism in every form, every type of discrimination. And it's all because of white people. And it just like went right back down to where now you're just being racist in a more sophisticated fashion.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. That's why it's not, if it's a truly like visionary and leading, like kind of like evolutionary tip of like our spiral upward into like complexity and greater wholeness, people would get on board. If
right.
it's
and
clashing
that's the
with
next
this,
step.
That's what the next step is, like being like, okay, here's all the good stuff from your worldview, and we're going to apply that to everybody. And rather than being like, this is the reason everything's fucked up is because blah, blah, blah. Because it's like,
yeah. And that's another thing. I mean, Trump, that's one thing that kind of gets worried about Trump is like, is he going to be is the pointing fingers, is that shit end, is that kind of end? And so
it is for now, but it's like, I think they're getting RFK smart where he's kind of like, I don't want to participate in any of this stuff.
Yeah. And
hopefully he'll kind of get up in his ear. Cause it is so sweet slamming the libs. I will give it. I get like when I see the libs get owned, I do. There's
and
a
what
part
is the
of me,
libs? The liberals?
Yeah. It's just like, there's like on the internet, like liberals owned, liberals slam. And it's like, you watch, they do those like, you know how they do those like 25 students versus like Ben Shapiro?
Yeah.
That's like slamming the libs porn where it's like him just like taking on 19-year-olds and be like, actually, you don't know anything about that. And then everyone's just like, tell him, Ben, fucking crush the libs. And there's a dark part of my heart that's like, yes, when I watch that.
Ben Sinner's got that hair wallet on.
Dude, they did one of them where they make people run to the chair to tap the chair so that they get the chance to debate him. And it's embarrassing. People are like tripping over themselves to hit the chair and be like, actually, Ben, I think you're a fucking asshole. And he's like, next. And I'm like, dude, don't run to the chair. You're an adult. They're like diving for it. Just to be like, actually, Ben, if you ever think of it. It's like, so I've been trying to remove, I know I have a bias towards that. And I've been trying to like remove that from my YouTube.
Watching that stuff? Yeah.
Not that stuff I'm like whatever on, but it's like, I will watch like news clips where like liberals melt down about, and I'll be like, well, I'll check this out. And I'll be like,
yeah,
I've been trying to erase that because I'm like, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. And it's just stupid.
I don't know. I don't care. Like, I just want like, I don't know. Some shit just started to get really weird. I think, well, Kamala wouldn't come on podcasts, right? I thought that was weird. It was like, and we asked, and they said, well, do you guys give final edit, right? And they asked, did Trump ask for final edit? Did he? No. They didn't ask for anything.
They shouldn't, dude.
They didn't ask for anything. JD Vance showed up. Dude, there were snipers on the ice. I stayed up late, like trying to get some questions together and think of some things. And we invited everybody. Those were them, Bernie Sanders, and Mark Cuban came on. He was very much like a Democrat or left leaning. But he gets something. I didn't realize he gets if they won, there's a business incentive. Yeah. I didn't realize that some of these things I'm learning as I go. Right.
It's typically with billionaires. Yeah, when they're involved in politics, it usually is to like.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I'm like, oh, people aren't just out there hoorahing for no reason. No. There's some reason.
Yeah, he's not freaking out over like banned books in schools. He's like, I need you to, build a railroad from here to there, whatever the fuck he's up to.
Yeah. But we had common ground and like just different thoughts and stuff, and definitely inspiring to be able to talk to people like that. But I wake up that morning and it was like an hour until the thing. And I was like, I got to get in the freaking ice bath. I got to make sure I'm in a decent mood.
Hype. Yeah.
Try to do something to get hyped.
Do you get spun out when you have guests of that high profile?
Yeah, man.
I get crunched, dude. I can't handle it, man. We had RFK on. I could barely like formulate a sentence.
Wow. Like, and neither can he though, which is great. That's a joke, Bobby. He'll laugh at it.
He will.
He'll laugh at it. Dude, watch suddenly he fucking fixes his own voice, dude.
It's over, dude. It's over. It's over. And it's like, yeah. Imagine he's such an electrifying speaker and thinker anyway. But yeah, that works against him.
He's been in it, yeah. But I wake up, I go in the ice bath, there's like Secret Service ever. They had put black drapes in front of the house, right?
Damn.
They shut down exits off the interstate. I had no idea.
Shut down the whole city.
Bro, I had no idea. There's snipers on the roof, full tactical gear. I'll put pictures in the YouTube.
Holy shit.
And then, my neighbor, right? I fucking look at my phone. He's like, what the fuck? What's up? Are you? And then he put blank, like just underlines. And they thought it was one of those things where like out in the house, like they were sending people in to get like taking my own life at home.
That's how he asked you if you killed yourself. He said, "Are you?"
Well, he sent like 4 messages, and so at that point,
I got you.
Because it was like already 11. I slept in. I was up till probably 3, just like getting my questions ready. So I was like, I have to make sure I sleep. And he's like, dude, we were so scared, man. He's like, because we saw them like they thought they were rappelling into the home. And I was like, what?
You thought I killed myself? What the fuck, dude? We just assumed you fucking killed yourself. So yeah, that's
and they had a van outside that some weird term on it, like threw people off.
Yeah, and the black curtains around your house would be.
Yeah, I think people thought, but that's what people thought.
That makes sense. That kind of makes more sense.
It was morgue-esque, you know?
Yeah, it was like so gruesome that they were like, we gotta.
But they also had this like Stan's Bakery van or something. Like it was definitely, they kind of like play this old cat and like, what is kind of fucking happening here?
That's crazy.
It was super crazy, dude.
Stan's Bakery used to have snipers and like, yeah, we just gotta get these cupcakes in. We'll be right back.
There's some wake treats.
Yeah.
Just so there's a viewing of the body. Hey, first come, first serve, guys. Dude, that was crazy though. That was one of the craziest things that had ever happened. For sure. But he comes in and I was like, hey man, thanks for coming. I was like, just want to let you know we're not like a gotcha type of show. For sure. Just looking forward to having a nice conversation, which is what I tell anybody.
Yep.
And he's like, whatever, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Let's have a chat. And that was it. And it was fun.
Yeah, man.
It was interesting.
Yeah, I feel bad everyone's so still hyped up about this stuff. I honestly think if you look at it.
I hate when people lose anything. It's tough when there's a winner and a loser.
Dude, I was in the grocery store the day of, I guess like he got elected that night and then, in like 3 a.m. or whatever. He won at 3 a.m. And then I was in the grocery store the next day and they have like magazines in the grocery store. This magazine was just Kamala. And it was just a picture of her. I didn't even know what magazine it was. It was just her name and her. I got like real sad for her. I was like, damn, dude, that's so bad. If I like just lost and I saw like a magazine with just me on it, I'd cry. Yeah. So I felt pretty bad for her. I was like, damn, that really sucks for that lady. She just, they've spent, I think $1 billion on the campaign.
It just shows you that it's but also then if that's okay, they spend that much on a campaign, right? Both these sides spend a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
But if there's just like these powers in the background doing things, it's just like, why would they, if it's not even real, say the office isn't even, it's just for show.
Sure.
It just seems like you wouldn't waste that much money. So there must really be.
I think there is, man. I think there really is. You get in and it's like.
Power in it.
It's just teams. Yeah. It's like you're on this team. This is on that team. Could it all be organized? It's like, that would be pretty elaborate to, to like set it all up when you could reality just be like, yeah, we're putting this guy in. They could just have the coolest guy ever. Just come up
every time.
Be like, yo, we love this guy. And they can meanwhile just be doing whatever. But yeah, dude, I guess it all is real, I think it's real and they just, there's like groups and lobbyists and certain, that's where I kind of lose it. Where it
was interesting, that's for sure. And I'll say who made the whole thing happen. Oh, Kamala reportedly spent $100,000 on building a set for her appearance on Call Her Daddy.
Like, dude, why?
Here is the set in question. So they rebuilt their own set, I guess.
Well, because they wanted, I think, a host to come to her. So I think she didn't want to go anywhere, so she built the set.
But I wonder if she has.
That's that's just kind of weird. It's like, just go there.
Right. I wonder if she may have a thing where she doesn't like going, like sometimes I don't like sleeping at people's houses or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Wonder if she has that.
She can't shit anywhere else but her house, maybe. Could be.
Which is where people should shit. People who are transient shitting.
Hey man.
Sorry.
You're right, I agree though, but I always want to be home. That's my thing. I always want to be. I'm getting a little. I was like pretty guarded about that, but now I'm like just letting it rip. I've been flying more, so I'm just kind of like whatever, man. But I do agree. Home is where the heart is. Truly, like I do want to shit at home every time.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
You should get more you should get like money back or something if you shit at home.
You should, dude.
Right?
It should be a tax write, like a credit or something. Yeah. Because it is, but it's, dude, just, I also, the violence of shitting that's occurring in airport bathroom, it's like, it's upsetting. People are shitting so hard in those. I don't know why we're back to this, but.
Oh, people are shitting at top speed.
It's crazy. Dude.
That's the craziest thing to me ever is when somebody shits at full blast speed. Like, are you out of your mind? You're gonna hurt yourself.
From I'm hearing in public bathrooms, most people are in there just having like religious experiences, just being there. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like full ayahuasca dumps. They're just like blowing it out. Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow, just slinging disciples out of your butt.
Everyone's fucked up, dude.
Oh,
they need Bobby Kennedy to get all the crap out of the food, dude. Everyone's shitting to death into the bathroom.
But bro, there's also a part of me that I feel like, do you think we can get more together, or do you think we should just have two Americas? Do you think?
No, because dude, we're like, people don't even realize it, but the parties are rubbing off on each other so much. Like now, well,
most people want the same stuff.
Most people do, but I'm saying like the Republicans now have been so, like, let's say conservatives are so annoyed by liberals that now they're like going out of their way to be so not racist. Like, oh yeah, you think we're racist? Check this out. We're going to employ like 47 black dudes now. How do you like, they're doing it almost, I mean, I'm not saying they're doing it despite them, but it's like they have gotten just way more inclusive. Like like the conservatives and everything. Before it was like pretty much only all white guys. Now there's a lot of different people in like the conservative movement. So it's like the liberals bring stuff up, the conservatives like shut the fuck up, and then they actually do kind of do a lot of the stuff, but not even realizing it. I guess. So they're kind of both like balancing each other, but people, they're all just caught up in like the primal and tribal aspect of it. But it's like things are going pretty fucking well, dude.
Oh, first female White House chief of staff in history.
Yeah, dude. Like all this stuff is happening because it's like
That's amazing. Susie Wiles,
and she's Pat Summerall, John Madden's former broadcast partner's daughter.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, once we just like stop the nonsense of like bitterly arguing about everything, it's going to be pretty chill.
Yeah, Ben Carson, I think he's going to put back into. I like some of his ideas.
B. Carson, yeah, that guy's kind of cool. He's like a surgeon.
Oh, Rise and Shine Carson, dude.
He's
that guy,
nice. He's got
dead asleep.
Super respect.
Yeah, bro.
I like the guy.
His blood, bro. He's got his blood pressure is fucking, bro.
Who's the guy?
It's just like a synth drum. It's fucking. There's not much popping, dude.
The one dude I like, Byron something. He's a black conservative guy from Florida.
Byron Davis.
I think Byron is it Byron Davis? He's nice. That guy's. I saw he was on the Breakfast Club. No, not Byron Davis. He plays basketball. The Byron. He's a governor from. That's my bro right there, Byron Donalds. That's a good bro right there.
Well, it's definitely interesting to see that everything's getting diverse. What was that tweet that Adam McKay had? I thought that was something when I read that it resonated with me. I think I
don't know, but yeah, dude, like I said, it's like
I have it 1 sec.
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I think people are getting real doom and gloom, but it's like, I'm of the minority opinion. I think things are going to get pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. Who would have guessed lying about Biden's cognitive health for 2 years? That shit made me so mad, dude. Just taking advantage of an old man. Like, it's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? His family shouldn't have allowed it.
I know, dude.
It's just not cool because then you're lying to him also, right? So you're placating him. Like, you're using it just... It seems like cruelty to a human, right? Refusing to do an open conversation for a new nominee, never mentioning public health care, embracing fracking, and year-long slaughter of children in Gaza. That to me was one thing that definitely was like...
Yeah, they blew it so hard. I mean, again, if you
Some of the stuff I don't know, but the children in Gaza thing, and I think just taking advantage of Biden, it just felt like, is this party really doing this? Or are they... What's happening here?
Well, it's like all they had to do was if she could have came out and be like, bro, we all saw it. Dude's old as hell. Let's not
pretend like he wasn't.
Let's not fucking. Instead, she was like, he's fine. I'm like, well, why did they take him out? It's like, dude, you can't do that.
Yeah.
All they had to do was like, obviously the dude was fucking going nuts and getting old. Come on, let's move on. It was just. It's a bummer. They were just lying. You know when someone's lying and you're like, dude, you're bullshitting me. It was just that, and everyone could see it, and it was just like, and now too with not to fluff the podcasting too much, but it's like now they can't go on like the soundbitey little things. They have to go sit down and like answer actual questions. And people now, like I couldn't tell what interviews were edited when I was younger. Now people are like more savvy about media, so they're able to be like, oh, that was a weird jump. They cut something out. They go, well, here's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So now you have to be able to sit down and actually communicate rather than like hitting talking points and like engineering, people's ideas on things.
Do you think that Rogan's endorsement helped Trump win, or do you think it had any effect?
It didn't hurt, but I think it didn't hurt, but just what he does, I think helped him win for sure. Just like setting a standard where like politicians now have to go sit down for at least a 2-hour conversation.
Yeah, because really what he did over the past years is just investigate. I mean, he asked so many questions about everything to all types of people. So you learned so much.
And he's not a gotcha guy either. So he's good at just being like, help me understand this. And that's when people really get kind of flushed out, where it's like, if they're not making sense, and, you know, he's pretty adamant about, like, I don't get that. That doesn't make sense. You know, I'm a weak interviewer. I'll be like, okay. I think it won't make sense. Like, yeah, that's cool.
I get burnt out. I get exhausted. Dude, I was in there yesterday, and it was like, I was just like, I feel like I've been kind of losing my mind this week.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I just was like getting like a lot of paranoia.
It's the worst, yeah.
And I don't know if I don't know if I missed a day. I don't know what happened, but I was like, fucking thought I was going crazy yesterday. It's kind of crazy when you have days when you start asking people like, am I okay? You know, that's a weird thing.
Yeah, that is, it's so hard to explain, but I'll just be like walking sometimes and I'll just get like a feeling where I'm like, bro, I'm fucking losing it right now. And it's like, that is the worst. You're like,
yeah, and it just kept spinning the whole day. And it was like the whole day was like that, man. And then I had to go in there and I felt very nervous. So then you felt like you're under a microscope.
Yeah.
And yeah. It's just,
what do you do to keep yourself kind of on the square? Is there like any kind of program, or is it just
usually go to AA meetings. That helps.
Yeah.
Do yoga. I got hurt a month ago. Some guy squeezed me after a football game. I was when Vanderbilt beat Alabama. I was there. Yeah. And this guy just squeezed me so much.
What?
And then all the players, some guy on the sidelines.
No.
Yeah. Some devout just brother really squeezed me. Fuck. I mean, like I was like he was going to brush his teeth with me right after.
Yeah, that sucks.
He got it. Yeah. I was just like,
Where'd it get you?
Over here's rib.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
But then all the players had just won and they were like, wow. And then everybody squeezed me, dude.
Yeah, and they're fucked. So you couldn't do the yoga?
For weeks. And so then my mental starts going down.
Yeah.
That's us right there.
Yeah, that's pretty
Cheryl Jr. right there, I believe.
That's amazing, dude.
We got that Coach Clark Lee. Oh, that's Skinner Jr. right there.
Damn, that thing's pretty heavy too, man. Those coolers aren't.
Yeah, decent amount of water in it.
Nice. Oh, you got the lady
Lee,
too.
We got him. He's cool.
That's
coach.
awesome.
Pretty fun.
That's fucking awesome. Damn, so you just got squeezed by like the strongest dudes in the country.
Yes. Yeah, that's what happened. And then, but anyway, I'm not whining about it, but it's just like, you can't do anything, bro. You go to open your refrigerator and that suction on the refrigerator, that hurts.
Yeah, when your ribs are fucked up, it hurts. To breathe every breath, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, and then you're pushing on the side of your body while you're doing everything. So you're walking around like this all day. And like you're fucking like one of those guys like putting away a pocket watch or something like in the 20s or whatever, like that little handicap peanut that they fucking sent out there.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do when your ribs hurt. There's no like sling, or you have to. And yoga is just so much breathing. Every breath you'd be like, and then you do like this thing. That would hurt.
So yeah, and I was just kind of losing my mind, dude. So then you go in there and you're like, am I saying crazy shit?
Dude.
Started to get real paranoid.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I think the person that won that election, I think the person that changed it was Dana White.
Really?
Undeniably.
Why do you think that?
Because he got Trump in the podcasts. He made it happen. Yeah. He did it.
Yeah.
He is just he did that. He made that happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. So he was the one being like, you got to do these.
He's the one who like talked to Joe about it for years. It's been in discussion. Yeah. I don't think Joe Rogan was going to do that. And then he did. Yeah. You know, and
that did kind of push it. I think that helped actually.
Yeah, Dana made all that happen.
Dude, it got like, that was the thing too. It was like just YouTube. If you want to look at YouTube views, that's kind of like, I don't know if that like works with polling, but it's like the Rogan Trump episode. What was it at? Like 30 million? I know. It was at like millions quickly. The Call Me Daddy or whatever, that podcast with Kamala was like,
I don't know if it hit 1 million.
It did. I think it might have
47 million.
47 million. If you look up the Call Her Daddy or Call Him Daddy or whatever, or Call Me Daddy, excuse me. I'll Call Her Daddy. There you go. It got
812,000.
812,000.
But that's just a clip. Now here's the problem with Call Her Daddy.
Not bragging, my YouTube special did better.
That's fair.
I'm kidding. But that's what I'm saying. That is a gauge of public interest, and it's like public interest, in my opinion, probably translates to voting. I think. I don't know.
Or at least people coming to experience the person. You know.
True.
Yeah. Definitely interesting. Well, you can't watch the full episodes because they're on Sirius. Is that right?
Sirius?
Yeah, they only put a clip.
Yeah. So you can't see the full episodes of these podcasts either. So you don't know what really.
Well, I wish her the best. I'm not like, yeah, that's the thing. I'm not like, I fucking hate that lady. I'm like, I felt sad. I personally didn't really want her to win because I was just like, I think Trump will probably maybe stop the wars faster. It's my hope. But
well, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I feel like there's a changing of these parties because
big time.
You have former Democrats who are now Republicans, but they also don't even get along with half of the people in office.
Yeah.
People are sick of politicians overall.
Big time.
AIPAC and lobbyists have infiltrated what it seems like politics overall. It's like
for sure.
And people, you can't hide the information from people anymore.
Yeah. Well, dude, the weird thing is like they started like the Democrats started being like, I mean, George Bush was great and like, Cheney and all that stuff. And it's like, why are they pumped on them? That to me was just weird where it's like it's
all dark.
And then I think at the last minute they started being like, yeah, we actually want strong borders and all that stuff too. Just because they were like, this is working. So, I think it's all part of a bigger process that is for the best, where it's like you were saying, the Republican Party is totally different, like way different. Remember like 1995? It was like send people to jail for fucking, 30 years for crack and all this stuff. And now it's like, we should get some of these guys out of prison, which everyone's doing now, but that's because of like a liberal worldview. And that's been
they got to get a couple more brothers in the party too, I think.
It's coming, dude. I think it's coming. But here's the thing too. It's like, so you have like the liberal people being like, yeah, we shouldn't send people to jail for having crack on them for 40 fucking years. And then you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. But then with the immigration thing, it's like, I personally have no problem with immigrants, but it's like, you can only have so many, like that's a reality.
Right. It's just
if you're having a party, you can't invite the whole city to your party. Yeah. It won't work. So the same thing happens with the border. And it's a shame because people want to escape like, crushing poverty. But the Republicans are right in that you can't like, and it's like, if you're like just thinking on a human level, you're like, I don't want to like kick some guy out or have some guy come against a wall and be like, get the fuck back to your country. Not. But you do have to do that.
But you also, I think there's ways you can do it in an organized pattern.
Yeah, true.
So you're properly vetting people. And then they used to have a system where people could you could almost adopt a homeless person or whatever who came across the border and you were their sponsor.
That's cool. I
super
think
cool.
That's a good
so
idea,
then you as a member of your country, right, or that you were born into, sure, it's a blessing, right? Easy for us to say that. But then you get to be part of the of immigrate. It's like there's an actual connection there. So I don't know.
I like that idea though.
Yeah, it's easy to just say stuff. Let's change the topic. What else can we talk about?
But I was saying too, then you can kind of like set them up in like contests against each other.
Make them fight. Well, people have had that. I've heard that material before. I think of like doing like a American Ninja Warrior to come over the border.
That would be nice too. Yeah, I was saying if you had like if I adopted a guy, you adopted a guy, we could kind of make them compete.
Yeah, like battle bots
for the glory of our houses. Yeah.
Yeah.